you can have that little brain upgrade. And you're going to be all happily smiling at me. You're going to be at 0 KB free, spot on, and you can get going making those bot bodies for us, which is going to be absolutely magnificent. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Autonauts with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautifully automated setup that we very much worked on in the last episode. As you all may remember, we have got most of everything going now pretty nicely for the Mark II bot production. The only things that are really still missing are, on the one hand side, the bot bodies, for which we will need another bot to actually take care of for us, and then in the end the final assembly is another thing that is still on the list for us to check off. So a few things still left right there, and well, also we still have this matter going on with not really having enough planks and not really having enough holes and everything, so that will be another topic for today in the very end. But first things first, I will have to go and actually take care of this setup up here to actually make sure things keep going for ourselves. And then, before we do actually get properly started, if you're new around here and if you do happen to enjoy this episode, please make sure to smash that subscribe button right down below. That will mean the absolute world to me. We're currently trying to hit 1k subscribers, and every single person truly does help out a ton with that. Now, with that out of the way, as you can see, we do have 7 bot heads already good to go. We've got all the bot drives in the world good to go, which all is a good sign, I would argue, because things are slowly but surely filling up here, which means that in the end, all these things here can fill up, and all the plank storage and pole storages and everything else can hopefully find some time to fill up too. We can have some fixing pegs and everything, and hopefully that means that in the long run things are going to normalize themselves a bit more than what it currently is. Fingers crossed with that one too. But what I'm going to take care of real quick here is at least already moving all the frames there to the bot storage, so we can slowly but surely get that going. Evidently, I mean, we're missing the square frames a bit, and we don't really quite have the front end of production going right there for us yet to actually throw those into the mix, which is fine. I think for the time being we will focus then ourselves on actually making a bot body or two, so that we can make the remaining bots happen, and then we'll kind of just go from there. We also still have this Mark I bot, which I'm considering to put onto a little bit of a pole production right here. Kind of a bit worried that that could mean that we're going to run out of planks in return again. I think there's some good potential that may happen to us. I'm also, though, not really sure what would be any sort of alternative on our end currently. It's all a big balancing act. Just like this pole of tree seeds and sticks. Jesus Christ, that literally is going to space. This is quite insane, not gonna lie. Wow. I mean, I did not see that one before. That game is quite the surprise. It almost looked like it was gonna poke me in the face through the monitor or something. So, quite the interesting one right there indeed. For the time being, let us go and finish off these bot bodies so we can make our very own Mark II bots. What I'm also already going to do is I'm already going to grab one of these, and I'm already going to grab one of those, so that the botsies here can, you know, we'll grab 2 in the end, because that's what we need, so these botsies can already work on filling that up for us again, because why in the world not? And now we kind of sort of do need some fixing pegs. I think we only needed a crude crafting thingy here for that, so we should be able to make that ourselves. Now, one question that I've actually been wondering about, right, is we do have these more advanced wood shaping benches, for example. I think there was also supposedly some sort of better version of the chopping block. Maybe I'm mixing up here the wood shaping bench and as like an evolution of the crude workbench and the chopping block. But I'm really interested to see if there's any like improvements along the way that'll kind of maybe allow our bots to craft things a bit quicker too. Not quite sure about that, but we should certainly keep an eye on that as well. In terms of research, just remember that we also don't really have anything going on currently, so we probably want to take care of that. First things first though, let's finish off these spots real quick. I mean, we have pretty much got everything here good to go for ourselves anyways. And on top of that, we have got that very convenient bot just recharging things for us, so even better. And then we'll kind of go from there. So, why'd you not take one from there now? Boom, cool, that's going to be the second body. All just going through that little guy together as well. And then we'll just kind of quickly take care of other things. Because, honestly, I mean, the pull storage does have to fill up a bit. All these storages have to fill up a bit so we can even really properly teach that to any sort of bot, what he has to take care of here. So we'll just kind of let things run a bit and focus on other things in the meanwhile. Overall, I think, at the very least, we should have a fair bit of stuff piling up here slowly but surely, and then we can move on with that. That said, I mean, there's still a good bunch of panels to go, to be honest, before this thing fills up, so let's see how long that is going to take. This guy is getting a smile. I was getting a bit worried there, but he is all fine and good. And that guy right there is already being recharged. Now, I accidentally kind of yanked Colonist Buff here, which I didn't want to. Let me put that back into that area so it can be collected. And let's go and actually quickly check out our options in terms of research then, because I don't really know what's still remaining for us here in terms of anything useful for us to research. Now, I mean, in the first level, we've kind of checked off everything anyways, which, to be honest, I mean, it's already paining me a good bit, because, like, there's a lot of things here, buckets and barrels and stuff that we're not even using at all yet. So, I mean, maybe sometime in the future, but there's like a lot of stuff there that we are not using. Same deal here, honestly. We've researched so many of these things, and so many of them we're not using at all. I don't really know what to do with that. Now, we could do cooking technology here, because cereal we at least know where to get. So that would be an option. The clay thing, the pottery and everything, I mean, this is quite cool. Well, what do you need the gnomes for? There's a gnome vomiting a rainbow. What in the world? I am so confused. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, like, the clay station and everything would be very interesting, I think, especially the pots. I feel like we're going to need that, actually, for food later on. I've got no clue where to get clay, though. So if you know, let me know down below. Would appreciate that a ton. The cotton, I guess we would need sheep. I think the only thing that I've seen thus far are cows and chicken. So probably something to sideline as well. And then all these things here are kind of like 20,000 and I don't know. I mean, mechanical frame saw does sound kind of cool, to be honest. And it seems like that may be an evolution of what we currently have going on with the chopping blocks. I'm tempted to do that. We only really need a crude axe. I'm not aware if we need anything else. Yeah, we need to upgrade them. Okay, what do we need for an upgrade of this thing? Oh, the rough stone block. Right. I remember. So the rough stone block we cannot yet make. Maybe that's something to kind of tackle in parallel while the bots kind of work on getting us some supplies. I guess we would need... Well, I mean, this is a shaped stone block. We'll have to find out how to get a rough stone block. I guess we've got to mine it somehow or something. Alternative being for the meanwhile, I think we will select that. We'll just do the basic baking real quick, and we will very quickly run over here. That's only a flail. Did we need a flail? I mean, a hoe is technically to plow the ground, so I guess we would need a flail. But here, the chicken. We, I guess, can capture them at some point in order to, like, use them for farming efforts and stuff. There were cows somewhere, like here, for example. They're absolutely in need of any sort of grass. It was not this. I need a scythe. Where's my scythe at? I had a scythe, I'm quite sure. Where did I leave it? Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. That was kind of inconveniently placed, I guess. Let's go and grab some cereal here. Boop. Cool. Grabbing... I guess we can grab both of those. We're just going to leave one right here, because why in the world not? And we're going to bring one of them with us, so we can get that research going at the very least. And then we need to find out about the stone. I guess the stone in general, we harvest at places like these. So that's a start. We will have to see what tool we need. I guess, like, the masonry tools would be to shape the stone blocks. I suppose we could just do with a pick. Is that what we need in the end? Just a crude pick and that's it? I guess there's only one way to find out here. We're going to go and make that and see if that works out for us in the end. I very much hope so. And then we'll see, I guess. Trial and error is the way to go. In the end, I guess like some sort of masonry stone bench or something would be useful. There is a boulder right there. I guess we could use that too. Hard rock mass, I'm not too sure. Maybe we need to just work on boulders thus. But, like, there's not really many boulders around, so... that's just a random stone. Okay. Hard rock mass, I don't seem to be able to work on. Understandably, I mean, that stuff is quite massive. But, like, the question being... Now I've got a stone. What do I do with said stone? Let's maybe go into the recipe book. I always forget that the recipe book is a thing in this game for some reason. But I guess that would be the quickest way to actually find out how to make this stuff. So, this is tools. I don't want tools. I would like something else. Like, around here maybe? This is just mechanical components, I think. Is it? Feels like it. Is there like an awl? Maybe we find something around here? Oh, this is more like... Ooh! Here's train rails and stuff. Very cool. Windmills. There's a bot database. What in the world? It's like a wonder. Oh my god, there's some cool stuff in this game. I'm really looking forward to playing this some more now. Honestly, I think the further we get into this game, the more I become intrigued by the features of it. So I hope that's the same way that you guys are feeling, but I'm quite optimistic regarding this. But yeah, here are like cows and sheep and everything in between, which is beautiful, but still not what we're looking for. Stone. Let's just go for stone. Crude stone track, dry stone wall, stone window, rough stone block. Chisel, hard rock mass. Okay, so we actually need the chisel. Well, chisel and mallet. Can we make it here? We can't. I suppose that we probably need the masonry workbench for that purpose then, right? No, we don't. Because the masonry bench actually requires a rough stone block. So I guess that's how we shape the things in the end, which was kind of what I expected. The question is, where do we get that tool? It's not here that we get it. Maybe on something like this wood shaping bench? Nope. I mean, you wouldn't get it right here. How can we make that tool? What do we have here in terms of workbenches? Is there anything that we have not yet explored? We've got the good workbench. I've kind of got the feeling that the good workbench may be what we're missing. Structural workbench, I don't have any clue. This is structural. Where's the good workbench? I quite have the feeling that we had one. Oh, here. Right. I guess here is where we make this? Yes. Okay, we finally did it. So this is the crude chisel and mallet. We'll need a crude blade, a pole, and a wooden mallet, which is quite easy to supply. Crude blade we do first, and then we kind of move on from there. Oh, God. What a bit of an exploration drive today. But I hope that this should be nice. And getting to the next level of the workbench most certainly in the end is going to help us out quite a bit. Look at that overflowing planks. Isn't it beautiful? This here is not all too beautiful though, as that little guy needs to continue repairing the houses. As you can see up here, we've already got a shortage in colonists off again. But okay, there goes the pole. Can place that right there, and we're going to go grab a mallet from down here. Now, the thing that actually interests me with this is I guess we're going to have to set up some sort of quarry with bots, which, you know, very convenient that we're just now automating the bot production, so at least getting the bots there to do things for us should be a lot easier. I'm kind of wondering, though, if we're, like, literally going to pull down entire land masses of rocks, or how this entire thing is going to work out. Let me go and explore this, by the way. Hey, exploration. Uncovered territory. I think this map is still quite big in terms of what we have not yet seen. As you can see, there's a lot of dark spots still on this map, so I'm quite intrigued to see what else we can find. There's even a little... No, it's not an island. I guess you can get there if you want to. But anyways, we are... Oops. I guess I somehow started moving over. It's fine, I guess. We got to discover some more land. But what I really want to check out is chiseling this bit apart. I'm really intrigued to see how that one's going to work. It's certainly taking a long time. As you can see, I mean, the rock kind of shrinks, so eventually we're going to have to actually move where our bots do this stuff, but in general, it works for now, I guess. And we could probably set up like a remote storage, set up one bot that does this, one bot that recharges him. Or two bots, you know, so they're actually redundant for once. And then we have something that actually carries this stuff over. Overall, I'm not too sure how much of this we will need, but I'm happy for a start that we have one of these rough stone blocks. I think that's fine. We can, well, sort of kind of lay that on the ground next to it so we know what tool we need, and then we're going to go from there. We'll see. For now, we at least have the upgrade for this research bench pretty much lined up for whenever this research is done. And then we'll move on with whatever masonry workbench, whatever wizardry we need there when we actually get to that topic. That said, this little guy here seems to be out of power. And I'm not quite sure still if we had actually set up some sort of research bot here. So, not research, recharge bot anywhere here. So that's actually an interesting one. Unfortunately, that seems to have occurred at the worst time possible, as we've totally run out of any sort of material overruns, so that's not great. But okay, in terms of this, what we do need is just like a whole ton of fixing pegs. So I think we will maybe just quickly chuck a few of these into the production line and kind of help things out like that. Just you know, to kind of boost things so I can program that last bot and maybe also get to a point where we have some of these extra square frames or whatever they're called, so that... Oh god, that is a bad one. Wait, quickly. I need to get rid of these planks. My main bot that is collecting logs just ran out of power down here. Why is he not being recharged? Oh, because our recharge bot is once more out of power. We also probably need to, like, upgrade our recharge bots, to be honest. They are running out of power way too quickly at this point, I feel. Or maybe just add a second one, you know? We could add a Mark II, and the Mark I in the end just ends up being like the redundant one that always helps make sure that we don't have to actually take care of things like that anymore. I don't know, but this is like something we need to fix. Anyways, let's go make some fixing pegs real quick. After this, these guys are also out of power. I'm like, we need to improve that. The good thing is, we've got all these bots flowing in automatically, probably at the end of this episode easily. So, in the end, we can probably just throw a lot of bots out there to improve our recharging. Because we'll have a lot of Mark IIs. We can just kind of push them out there to amp that whole thing up a bit for us, and then we should be fine. Let's go, though. And actually get all these fixing pegs into there. Make sure that these guys have some stuff to work with for now. And we're going to go make some more. Kind of spam those their way a bit more. And then we're going to go from there. I'll just finish this off screen real quick, I think. So I'll be back with you after the cut. Alright, back I am. As you can see, sort of managed to make them catch up a bit. We now are full on panels, and we've got an extra 2 square frames, which is beautiful, because that on the one hand side means that we're going to be able to complete that bot storage. On the other hand side, we also should now have all the parts that we require ready to go for this little guy right here that needs the fixing peg. So let's quickly program this guy. A tip, by the way, I've got multiple very good ones from a guy called God, I'm gonna butcher your name, so please tell me how to pronounce it correctly. I would call it Ruiji for the time being, probably like 15 bajillion years off. Thanks so much for your comments, though. First things first, you can actually rename these guys. It's like, I never really noticed. I kind of just took these names as a given. You can actually rename these to make sure that you keep track of them a little better. So that's something that we should maybe tackle in the future. There is also apparently somewhere a button that we can use to just copy our programs over to other bots. That one, I'm not quite sure yet where. There's a floppy disk somewhere, apparently. which I'm actually currently very blind. But we'll be able to find that eventually too. And apparently, if you hold an item and you just like hold Alt, you can see. Wait, no, you don't need to. Ah, you hold your mouse over an item and you see the actions that you can do. What do I control click here? Wait. Wait a second. So we can literally. That is actually quite useful. Look, you can see what kind of actions you can do on a specific item. So that way, for example, you see that you can control left click these things, which I had no idea, and that way you can just kind of stack more storage right there. That's absolutely beautiful. I love that. Okay, so that's beautiful. Had no clue in the world. Thanks so much for all those things, mate. We are going to go, though, and finally quickly program this little guy before we run out of... Oh, never mind. We've got like 15 fixing pegs. I guess we don't need as many anymore, given that we are not making panels right now. Which is going to change, because I discovered that this guy here is still kind of not really working, for the sole reason that I kind of tried to slim down or trim down our fixing peg usage a bit, but he's going to need like 6 and a panel. So when that guy gets working, those are going to be drained in no time. We'll kind of just wait on that for a second, though. I mean, we technically only need like 1 per bot drive, so given that we still have 4 and this is still a bit full, you know, we can delay that at least a tad bit. Now, we want to teach this guy, though, on how to make bot bodies. So what we're going to do is going to firstly make him take panels. I hope we can make him take panels till hands full, because that is kind of, well, or we're not even going to do until hands full before he takes like 3. We're going to repeat it 2 times, right? And hope that he actually has the space for 2 panels in his hand. I'm not quite sure. I hope so. Otherwise, he would have to run back and forth a bit more, which is not great. Now you're going to move to Goodbot Workbench, you're going to add to Goodbot Workbench, and you're going to repeat until hands empty that part, of course, because we need to put both right there. Now I'm going to repeat this part here for a quick second, because I need to do that twice, he doesn't maybe, so that is that. So that's the panels right there. Then we need poles, and we don't have any, which is beautiful. As per usual, we are friggin' low on poles. So let me go and make ourselves some poles, and I'll be right back when we actually have some in storage. Alright, I'm back, and we do have a whole, like, 6 poles in storage, so let's quickly hurry to get this guy going. Which one of them is it? This one, I think. Yeah, so, record. You are gonna go here and grab 2 poles. God, that was all very, very wrong. So you're going to move to pole storage, you're going to take it from pole storage twice. Anything else doesn't really make sense, he only needs 2 anyways. I can program it in an aim like this. And as I said previously, repeat will not really save us any but memory anyways. So, you will go move over here. Put them there twice, and we're down to 8 KB free. Now we will need fixing pegs. 2 of those, to be specific, and this guy's out of power again, which is not great. We need some recharging bot for this area here, I think. Like, somehow these guys aren't covered by my existing infrastructure, which I thought I had taken care of. Evidently, I haven't. But you're going to take 2 fixing pegs, and you're going to place them there. 1, 2, and you're going to be out of brain storage for this, so we'll need to give them a bit of an upgrade. But moving to the Goodbot Workbench, adding to the Goodbot Workbench, that's all beautiful. Then we're going to go pick this thing up, we're going to go put this thing in there, this all is necessary, that all is necessary too, and we'll go repeat. So that is pretty much the entire operation. It's minus 4 KB, so that's quite fine, in fact, because that's only a crude brain upgrade that he's going to need, and he's going to be good to go in that process. As you can see, like this guy, for example, has 1, 2, this guy, you can see just how much smaller that one is. The bots actually do change in size when you do give them the brain upgrades. Now, what we are going to require for this is going to be 2 tree seeds. So let's grab those. We're also going to need to take care of this guy, because of course he ran out of power in an area where nobody's ever going to help him otherwise. And I also evidently only picked up 1 tree seed. Good thing there's some flying around right there. We're also out of poles, as per usual. I think that's something that we're going to need to tackle now. First things first, though. So make sure to get that bot upgrade, not bot upgrade, brain upgrade in, so that guy can get to work. and then we'll take care of the rest. So, hello, little guy. I would like to trade with you. You can have that little brain upgrade. And you're going to be all happily smiling at me. You're going to be at 0 KB free, spot on, and you can get going making those bot bodies for us, which is going to be absolutely magnificent. So that should all be running now, and this should all be filling up. Now this little guy here, I guess we're not going to take care of today just yet. Oh wait, I can actually carry 2 of these. Just for the fact that I'm just going to let this all fill up a bit, so you know, we can take care of him the next time. What I do quickly want to take care of, though, first things first, bot storage. Very nice and useful, evidently, and very good to have. What I do want to take care of, though, before we get to the end of today's episode, is I would like to go and place this little blueprint right here. Maybe not right there. I don't want to block this guy on his movements too much. So maybe we place it there. And we're going to go build this real quick, because I want to get this Mark 1 bot to work on the holes as well. Now, if that's going to stay that way in the future, I would not be able to surely tell you, because I'd be hoping that with this, like, saw bench thingy, whatever it was called that we saw, right? I would be hoping that in the future, this whole crafting process is going to be made a whole lot quicker, in which case we maybe need less bots, or, you know, we can maybe also add some upgrades to some bots. But in any case, currently, I mean, our plank storage is full, our pole storage is empty, we've got a free bot, so we may as well get him to work on this stuff. So, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this little guy right here, going to go and... This guy does have a brain upgrade, right? Kind of think he does. Yeah, he's got a massive brain upgrade for his operation. What we could try though, is this copying thing, which I still haven't found the floppy disk for, unfortunately. Technically, there's supposed to be some floppy disk somewhere. I thought I had seen it a while ago. I am absolutely unable to find said floppy disk that I was being told about. Where in the world can I copy this operation? Copy script image to clipboard for sharing. I guess this right here, right? Is that just not in the form of a floppy disk anymore? Let's try that. So we're going to go and copy that to clipboard. Gonna go and record, we're gonna go and trash everything. Can I just like control V here? No. Unsure how to paste that now. Please let me know in the comments down below how that works. I would absolutely love to know. I think right now we're just lacking the time to explore this. So I'm gonna take care of things like this in the next one. Maybe we finally get to copy that over then. For the time being, I mean, he's going to do the simple operation, of course, so he's not going to go with 2 planks, he's only going to go with 1 in any case. That should be fine. This is like the entire operation, of course. Then we can go and add to pole storage twice, but only move to pole storage once. And that's pretty much the entire deal. Repeat, go. Cool. So now we've got a second guy that actually takes care of some poles for us. Hopefully that should resolve the situation, of course, here as well a bit with a shortage. We've got all the bots in place. We're making all the bot bodies automatically, which is beautiful. Got the storage ready to go. We've got the last bot ready to go for the final assembly, and then we will finally have a fully automated flow of Mark II bots from here on out, forever on, and we'll be happy forever after, I hope. A lot of things to do. Of course, in the next episode, we'll definitely get this guy programmed. We'll make sure to also maybe get a bot going that actually recharges all the bots right here on this grid. We will hopefully be done with the research. As you can see, we're quite close, and after that, we'll upgrade this research table to get those fancy new tools. And then we're probably also going to set up some sort of query sometime soon. Maybe also look at like cereal and look at finding some animals and getting them all kind of captivated and all. So, I mean, there's a bajillion things on the list. We'll try and take care of all of them and more. For today, this has been it, though. I hope you all enjoyed it. As usual, if you did, make sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way, as usual, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.